I have updated my playlists to help you find what you're looking for, anything from controversial topics that are relevant to Christian geeks, interviews with creators like author Brent Weeks and The Chosen's Dallas Jenkins, growing in faith as a geek, tabletop gaming, comic books, video games, movies, and TV shows, or you can just get to know me a little bit better. There is a playlist for you with more content being added to them all the time, so I hope you'll take a look and enjoy what you find. Thanks. Okay. Yes, Francisco, thank you. The school drop-off went okay. I like your board game music song. It sounds a little bit familiar, but it's got a nice vibe to it. Yeah, so sun has dropped off. Laundry has been moved to the next cycle of the process. I'm ready to come back and play some Doom, the board game. So where we left off was the Invader player had just finished going. I'd refreshed my turn for my Marines, and I'm ready for Rand to go. However, got to take care of this business first. Jump the gun. Play immediately before Marine takes his turn. This is before Rand takes his turn. Choose up to 3 invaders and move these invaders a number of spaces up to their movement speed. So, let's see here. I guess I'll just kind of crowd Ran a bit. There's no... I can't really block him. Now both... Let's see here. Both of these I can move 1, 2... 3, and that be somewhat productive because Vincent will then have to deal with at least one of them before he can move forward. Rand can move through enemy spaces, so all that does is really close the range potentially for them to make an attack. But actually, now that I think of it, Rand will probably move. But see, this is the problem of trying to segment my brain. It doesn't always work. So anyway, that's what I'll do for now, I guess. So yeah, now Rand's going to take his turn. Do I want to heal yet? When you choose to ready, you may use the heal order. I kind of feel like, in hindsight, I feel a little bit like playing Rand this way, like building a guy the way I've built him, with the medic, scout, and recon abilities. That makes him less effective at killing enemies, and therefore he is just more prone to stay behind. So here's what I'm going to rule. To encourage Marines to work together as a team, when they get kill points for killing an enemy, they have a shared pool and they gain double the normal amount of kill points. So that we'll have kill points. We'll have a pool. It'll be as though. Oh wait, does that make sense? Maybe that doesn't make sense. Because if they're sharing a pool, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to balance that well. Gosh, am I thinking about this wrong? It doesn't make sense. No, it shouldn't be double. It shouldn't be double. But they should maybe still share the same pool somehow. Yeah, I'll have them share a pool, I guess. But I can do the sharing later on. So, okay. Yeah, that's weird. That is a little bit weird. That doesn't enable character growth for someone that's built the way Ran is built, in the way that it would incur. But then I guess it's based on the Doom game, and I'm not supposed to have as much control over building my, these skills that each player has. They're supposed to be somewhat random. You're supposed to draw them randomly, or at most you can draw like 5 and then choose 3 of those 5 or something like that. So in a more random assortment, I suppose I would have a character that is generally going to be better at combat and more aggressive, which makes sense. I mean, you're not supposed to play the Doom video game as someone that's a dedicated medic scout recon guy. You're supposed to be getting in it and blowing stuff up. But there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to be beholden to mimicking the video game here. What I want is a sci-fi dungeon crawl that will allow me to build out character classes, in a sense. Build characters out the way I want to build them and differentiate them more. So I'm going to keep playing the way I'm playing because I like being able to choose my skills and have more differentiated roles between the Marines that are not just randomized. Because, again, that's theme. I'm playing this for theme. So I'm going to stick with that. And if I find that the Marines are just having too hard of a time because of maybe related to that choice that I made, then I can balance as I go. But for now, I'll just continue as I was originally planning. So there's our situation that we're looking at here. So yeah, we're back on Rand's turn. He's going to... well, let's take out this imp. I want to take out this imp. The zombie I don't think I have to worry about. You can outrun him. But the imp we want to do something about. So we've got a machine gun, which gives us... I mean, what would be ideal? This is just another way that it's not quite ideal. Is, you get this token with the image of the gun on it. What I really want is a token that has all the same info that this player aid has, all in a single token. I mean, maybe what would be ideal would be to print out a bunch of these and make tokens out of these things. But then they probably won't fit on a single space quite as well. I don't know, but then you could at least slide them over. I don't know. They were definitely still getting their feet wet, Fantasy Flight, even as experienced as they already had been up to this point. Okay. So that is going to be blue, yellow, and green. And do I want to use any? I don't think I have any special abilities that are going to help me right now. Oh, wait, do I want to ready, though? That seems bonkers to me that I can only heal 1 point of damage. Yeah, I won't heal yet. Let's just attack. All right. So that is 4 hits, and on the imp, that's going to do 2 points of damage. He only has 1 health, so he's gone, and that is 1 kill point for Ran. As defensive as Ran is, the way he's built, he is ahead of Vincent in killing. Let's see here. I gotta put this somewhere. I'll put it next to the compass thing here. Keep track of frags right over there. That makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. Thank you for the advice, Francisco. He says, if they're sharing a pool, make sure they have enough swim trunks for everyone. I don't know. I'm thinking Vincent likes to go commando, right? Because he's like a commando type of... You have a question from Gabriel up above. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Good morning, Gabriel. Good to see you. As a reminder, this is in the notes as well, but if you want to have an easier time of getting my attention, which will already be harder in this kind of stream compared to my video game stream, so I apologize that I will not be checking the chat near as frequently as in a video game stream. But if you want to up your chances of getting my attention with a question or comment or something, then before you type your comment, type in @ChristianGeekCentral with no spaces. Make sure the spelling's right. And it won't show up this way for you, but for me, it'll be highlighted in orange, and it can more easily get my attention. So let's see here. Good morning, says Gabriel Stinson. I'm wanting to get some board games for my family. Have you ever played Dungeon, the family board game? Well, okay, I am not currently keeping it in my office. I believe that's one. Yeah, that's one that I allowed my boys to keep in their, just kind of like with their stuff. But yes, a number of years ago, I bought the what I assume is the most recent version of Dungeon, which originally that game was not themed off of Dungeons and Dragons, but the printing that I got used the D&D license. And so it's called Dungeon with Dungeons and Dragons like intellectual property stuff in it. And it's I found that to be an adequate starting point for maybe geek moms and dads who are just itching to get their kids into some kind of a geek board game instead of freaking Candyland and Chutes and Ladders and Monopoly and all that kind of stuff. If you want to get some kind of geek theme going on, that's a game that is easy to understand, easy to play. I think that you can play it cooperatively. I think the default is to play it competitively, but I do believe you can play it cooperatively and maybe even solo. There's certainly at least going to be rules for that on Board Game Geek, but I think it might even come with cooperative or solo rules as well. It's so the aesthetics of the D&D license certainly helped it a lot for me, but it leaves a lot to be desired as someone that's used to playing board games that are more involved, that are more thematically tied to... I mean, the way combat works in that game is not super satisfying to me. But again, yeah, I think for really young players and adults that are, want that halfway point experience with them, and they're not ready for something more complicated, then yeah. But I would say that once they're playing Dungeon, they're probably not very far from something that is going to be more satisfying for an adult player as well as a younger player. So the thing I ran into with the boys is like, yeah, it was this great halfway point, and they loved it. They loved it. But I didn't love it. And so as much as I was grateful for it as like an introduction to thematic, nerdy type board games, I was ready to move on from that game much sooner than they were, which is why after a year or so, it joined kind of their board game collection in their rooms and stuff like that, instead of staying with me, because I was just like, you boys can play. I'm not going to play with you this time, but you boys can play, So yeah, I think that is definitely a good fit for a lot of situations that geeks find themselves in as parents. So, and there are, don't get me wrong, there are geeks who like to play it without any kids involved. It's enough for them. It's cool for them. It's fun for them, whether for nostalgic reasons or just because they want something that is super, super simple, So, so yeah, there's that possibility too. So yeah, I would recommend watching several reviews and kind of play videos of it so you can get a sense of what that thing is. You can probably also download the rules and read them for yourself and get an idea in your mind of what it's going to feel like to play that game. So, but it's definitely worth checking out. That's my little mini review for Dungeon. All right, thanks for the question. All right, so we're ready to get back into this now. What was just happening? What in the world was just going on? That imp, did he get killed? No, he moved. He closed the range, and then he... Did Rand just kill him? I think Rand just killed him. Yeah, Rand killed him. He did... I gotta remember, if I'm gonna check on comments, I gotta do it at some kind of logical breaking point, or I'm totally gonna get lost. So let's see. Rand has attacked, and he's gonna move as well, I think I said, because he's not gonna heal. So my default is to just like... The default move in my mind is move and attack, move and attack. So he can still move 8 spaces when he advances, right? So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gosh, I hesitate to pick that up right now. I'll skip picking that up. I don't know if it's mandatory to pick these up. I'm going to say it's not. 5, 6. Am I counting correctly? Well, I'm going to pick up this healing token. That's super cool. This, I can't remember how much it gives me back. Let me consult my player guide here. It's not going to be in there, is it? Okay, well, let's look in the instruction manual. There it is. 3. Get 3 health back from that. Very nice. Oh, and that's exactly what he'd lost, so... Cool. Alright, I don't think that heal ability is going to be near as useful as I thought it was going to be. I think it should give you back 3, but whatever. Alright, so he's good. I'm going to just have him stop there, I think. We don't need to have him opening doors and getting things more excited around here right now. So, oh yeah, he killed him. I took the kill point. Da 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 da. Yeah, so he's done. Vincent's turn. Okay, no invader cards that I need to consider playing at the moment. All right, Vincent, you're gonna have to kill one of these guys. Which guy is stronger? The Revenant or the Zombie Commando? Yeah, the Zombie Commando I think represents more of a threat, probably. He can do more damage anyway, so I'll have him take out the Zombie Commando if he can. He is going to be using the shotgun, which again is blue and red. And do I have... Oh yeah, I'm advancing, so I can attack twice. So first attack, Zombie Commando. Oh crap! Missed again. Okay, so at least he didn't... gosh, at least he didn't lose any... break his shotgun. Alright, second attack, Zombie Commando. Alright. So now, we've got the range. Got a range of 1. We got 5 hits, and we got a little bullet icon. And when one of those shows up on your roll, when one or more of them show up, no matter how many, 1 or more, you discard 1 of your ammo tokens. And so I have to get rid of one of these, and that's just fine. So 5 hits, what's that going to do? It's only going to do 1 damage because this Zombie Commando has 3 armor, but thankfully he only has 1 body point, so he is gone, and that is a kill point for Vincent. Nice. Alright, I wish that that would have been more effective, but he can still move 4. He's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he is done. Alright, so back to the invader player's turn. I draw 2 cards. What do we have here? Not quite. Play at the start of your turn. Swap the positions of any 2 revealed equipment tokens on the board. Oh, man. Ambush. Play immediately before a Marine takes his turn. Activate 1 invader of your choice. Alright. I'm going to have to start rolling. 1 through 3 will be that I lay this card on Ran. 4 through 6 I lay it on Vincent. And I think that'll probably be the best way to kind of keep track and make sure that I do this when I should. Okay. Now let's look at some of these play at the start of my turn options. So there's no sense in moving... Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is. Oh, there totally is. Dang it. This is why Rand should have grabbed those grenades when he had the chance, when the grabbing was good. Play at the start of your turn. Swap the positions of any 2 revealed equipment tokens on the board. Well, how about these 2? How about these 2? So I guess those weren't quite grenades. It was a different type of... We didn't get a good enough look at that, Marines. Crap. Yeah, that sucks. What else do we have? Play at the start of your turn. We've got Darkness, but this isn't really useful right now because I don't have any invaders to spawn. I'll save that for when I have invaders to spawn. Choose and discard 1 Marine order from play without effect. No Marine orders are in play right now. Smash, no reason to use Smash because there are no doors that are going to be useful or eligible for me to use that. Oh crap, John Wilkerson says the board game video is choppy, your video and audio are fine. Okay, let me try something that will maybe fix that. Hang on a second. If the stream goes away, just be patient and hang on. Okay, so hopefully that will help things improve a little bit. I just reduced the resolution that I'm uploading to the stream to see if that'll help. The recorded version will still be a nice 1080, so when I put these videos up later, then it should be a better quality. But right now I'm downscaling it to 1280 by 720. So hopefully that'll help a little bit and not get in the way too much of you being able to see a clear picture of the game. So sorry about that. Let's see here. Okay, and you're welcome, Gabriel. I hope that suggestion of dungeon is useful to you guys. Okay, so we were doing invader player stuff, right? Did I remember to only look at the chat when I had a logical stopping point? Oh yeah, we're doing invader stuff. So I checked all the cards that I could potentially play during the start of my turn. All those are done. So now we just need to activate invaders. And Vincent is definitely going to get the brunt of the attack here. So the zombie here, have him go right there. Actually, you know what? I'll put him here because then he'll be less accessible to be attacked by Ran on the next turn. Ran could potentially take a long-range shot from there. Probably would miss, but I think the zombie is still more likely to survive if he kind of hangs back there. So, and he's going to attack with a red and blue. And 4 hits. That's going to be 1 damage on Vincent. Boy, that extra armor is really nice. And let's see. The Revenant is the only other one that has not gone yet. And he has a range of... Yeah, he already... Oh, no, he has Seeking. He has Seeking. So he doesn't need line of sight, but he does need range. So let me move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Vincent is definitely still the one that's going to be the best to target. 1, 2. And then he gets... Hey.
Hello.
He gets yellow and Christmas. So that's 3. That's enough to do 1 hit on him. All right, the Marines are doing pretty good, but the invaders are not going easy on them. So that's the end of the invader player's turn. And now we refresh my Marines, and we'll start with Ran again, but we got to take care of this first. Play immediately before a Marine takes his turn. Activate 1 invader of your choice. So I am going to activate... I think, you know, I tend to, whether I'm playing as the Overlord, the enemy player in a game like this, or as the heroes, I tend to really focus on taking out 1 character. And so I think I'm going to keep hammering on Vincent. And I'll use the zombie. I think he has just a little bit more damage potential. So let's see how this goes. 3, 4, 5. Okay, not enough to do more than 1 damage, but 1 damage is still significant. He's getting close to about the halfway mark on his health total. All right, so now we get back to Rand's turn properly. He will... we'll have him advance because he can still move 8 spaces and still attack once, and probably whatever's on the other side of that door, he's going to want to have an attack available. So let's take his turn, and then I'll take a look at the chat. Let me move where my camera is a little bit here. Let's see. This is probably a decent spot. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So we got to set up this room here now. This is Area 2. Oh, dang, I forgot to read the flavor text for Area 1. Okay, Area 1, the corridor we just came through. There is a rustle of fabric, and you see the quick flash of a UAC uniform. You almost call out a greeting before the shadowy figure steps into the dim light. It's a young security guard that you've worked with, but he just stumbles towards you, growling like a beast. All right, so that was Area 1. Sorry. Area 2. Let me set it up, and then I'll remember, hopefully, to read the flavor text. So we have some obstacles here, some obstacle spaces. We got at least one good thing here. We got a little health potion. What do you... Med pack, right? Med pack. Ooh. Got some weapons here. You've got a shotgun. Some ammo to go with it. Got another bit of ammo right here. Oh, nice. Love seeing these come out on the board. Armor upgrade token. Very cool. I think Ram really wants to get his hands on that. This here. Now the disadvantage, like with when you're in campaign mode, you can boost your armor up over the course of an individual mission, but it will, unless you have a special ability like Tough. You start the game with 1 extra armor token. When you respawn, you gain this armor token back. Oh, that's right. When you respawn, that's when it is. It's not between quests. It's when you respawn. So once he gets this armor token, after he dies and respawns, he starts with his base armor again. So I don't get to keep it for the long term. It kind of gets, I don't know, thematically maybe you would say that, you know, when you get shot up that bad, that, yeah, it doesn't really work. I was going to say thematically, it's the whole idea of respawning. Where is that apart from the video game? It definitely mimics the video game, but if I want to ignore the fact that this is based on a video game, the fact that these guys die and then rematerialize somewhere else isn't explained in the lore. So I'll have to think about that. Maybe there's something, maybe I could bring in some Spirit Blade lore, and right before they die, they use a device to shift into the spirit world, which kind of resets them physically, and then they rematerialize somewhere else. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. Because that's what Vincent does in order to reset and kind of like heal himself, is he'll shift into the spirit world, and that kind of resets him, and then he's fine when he comes back out again. All right, anyway, what was I saying? What's going on? I have no idea. I'm super distracted. Now wait. One more thing to put out before we put bad guys out. There is an encounter space. And this is, it's just looks like a dead body or someone that's in the process of dying or something. And this represents something that if you end your turn, if you end your movement on that, I think it's end your movement or end your turn. I'm going to say end your movement. You end your movement there for the turn, then you can read the encounter text that comes with that. But let's see, we got some monsters to put out. First up is going to be one of these, they're called demons, but I mean all these things are demons. I call them demon dogs, because just to differentiate them. And so let's see if that's actually what comes out though. Yes, it is. Okay, so one of these demon dogs comes out. They remind me of like the things in Ghostbusters, those demons that take possession of the two people. So he's going to go there, and then there's another one that's supposed to spawn nearby, but it is not a demon dog. It's a maggot. It's a maggot. This is like a kind of like a. See if we can get there. Come on now. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's like a two-headed kind of demon dog looking thing. And it's got like a nasty tongue coming out of one side. It's really, really kind of disgusting. Why is my camera doing that? Don't do that, camera. Come on back. Come on back. There we are. Look at that ugly sucker. See, I mean, these aren't the best minis in the business. They've certainly advanced some, but I'm not like a mini connoisseur, and so I look at this and I'm like, that's a cool mini. That's a cool mini. It's cool enough for me. All right, so he's going to go right here, and that might be it for this room. Nope, no, it's not. We got to put potentially a zombie out. Let's see if it actually is a zombie. It is a zombie. That's going to go right there, guarding the shotgun. And one more potential zombie. But this time, it is a zombie commando. And he's going to go over here, guarding this little thing of ammo. And then I think that's the whole room. Yeah, that's the whole room. Okay, let's read the flavor text. This is area 2 now. All right. And I got to remember that we're still technically in the middle of Rand's turn. All he's done is spent 2 movement points. Portions of this room have collapsed, and the wet sounds of tearing and chewing come from behind the rubble. Behind the rubble, you can just make out two dog-like creatures standing over the corpse of a UAC scientist. So we'll have to go to the corpse to see what, if anything, is interesting about it. So he's got 8 movement points left. I want that armor. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is all mine, baby. Yeah. And then I can land on that. I can end my movement on that encounter space. So let's... Oh, no! Oh, no! I totally forgot. That demon dog has the watchful ability. Which means he just got 2 free attacks on Ran. Ran walked right into that. For every time you move into a space adjacent to a monster with the watchful ability, and diagonal does count as adjacent, it gets a free attack on you. And I just gave him 2. Unless I decide to stop there. Let's stop there for the time being. It's just me here. I can have some take-backsies. Okay, so he'll stop there. Or do I even want to do that? Maybe instead what I'd rather do is go 1, 2, because he's got 6 left. 2, 3, oh no, oh 4. Okay, 4. And then I'm not subject to an attack there. So I will attack from this side, and using the machine gun. Alright, so we got 4 hits, and I used up an ammo token for this. And on the demon dog, he's got an armor of 3. Dang it, so that actually only takes out 1, it only does 1 damage to him. And he has 2 body points. So we'll put this right there to remind me of that. And I think that's all that Rand can do. Wait a minute. I went 6, right? So I spent 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I still get 8 movement points. So I could still... Oh, no. Does the maggot have watchful? The maggot has watchful, too. So... Gosh. What's their movement? Movement is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're both melee attackers. So if I use my last 2 movement points to go back here, then at least I think only one of the maggots, one of those monsters is going to be able to get to me. So I'll do that, and then I'll end my turn right there. Okay. So let me flip his token. Check the chat here for a second. Let's see here. So yeah, it's still choppy right now. I don't know why that would be the case. That is super lame. Yeah, and that's even going to be affecting my recording, so I really want to do something about that. All right, let me see if I can troubleshoot this for a little bit. Hi, Ridge Napier, welcome. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you see problems with the camera again. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully we are good to go now. So that was the end of Rand's turn. Now we got to take care of Vincent's turn. Let's see here. Yeah, I want him to get up there and be as helpful as he can be. Should I have him... 1, 2, 3, 4... Gosh. That is kind of a disadvantage, with Rand being able to move so quickly. I mean, he can scout areas, but really he shouldn't be trying to take them on. I built him thematically the way I want him, but I mean, tactically, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to take advantage of him in some of the ways that I would like, given what type of game this is. So, yeah, I'm going to advance. He still gets to attack twice, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna let him attack twice. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess if I have him run, then at least he could be a secondary target. That might be the better way to go. But he's already taken a good chunk of damage. I'm just going to have him go. I have to remind myself, it's okay if your guys die. They're going to die. That's how this game works. So I don't need to get all stuck in decisions trying to keep them alive. Too much, anyway. So, yeah, I'll have him sprint instead of attacking at all, which kind of feels weird, but he loves his buddy Ran. He wants to come to his defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll stop right there. And gets an ammo token. That's going to be useful. And, yeah, I don't think there's anything else that he can really do. So, we'll flip his token. And then now we got the invader player's turn. Okay, so it looks like it's still looking better. Just make sure. Yep, okay, we're still good. Still good. Ridge Napier, let me try to answer your question here. And then, as a reminder for those who didn't see the notes below, if you want to get my attention, it's going to be extra hard to get my attention. I won't be able to check the chat near as frequently as on my video game streams. But if you want to increase the odds that I'll be able to see and respond to a comment or question, type in at Christian Geek Central, no spaces, before your message. And for me, that'll be highlighted in orange, and it'll help to catch my attention, hopefully. But Ridge Napier says, what is your thoughts on the direction Marvel and DC is going with liberalism and black and Latino people playing roles? I don't have any particular thoughts to share on that topic right now. I would want to spend some time thinking about that. And that would halt what I'm doing right now. So maybe shoot me an email about that. And maybe I'll respond to that on the podcast sometime soon, the Christian Geek Central podcast. But interesting question. I just don't think I have anything really to comment on right now. Okay, so I got 2 spawning cards here. One that I have to choose between. It's one or the other. And the other one, I spawned both of those. So that's really nice. That gives me some options and is going to keep the game interesting. Play when you activate an invader. So I'm probably going to want to use this charge card to double movement speed so I can get these stragglers over here to catch up and join the fun, right? Still don't need to use Smash. No Marine orders are in play right now. Darkness. Okay, I'm going to want to do this because this will allow me to spawn monsters much closer to the bad guys. So, lights go out again. Oh, and I got to remember that this affects their line of sight. I forgot this last time. Play at the start of your turn until the start of your next turn, the next invader player's turn. Marines cannot trace line of sight farther than 4 spaces away. So that's going to affect their ability to attack potentially too. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Let's just worry about spawning enemies right now. Which one do I want to do here? Well, let's do the one that can get them closer. So that's an imp and a trite. And we could go... Actually, they don't have. There's not line of sight anyway, so could I get them right in this room? I mean, these guys are around the corner, so I could really make things nasty in this room. Let's do that. So first, let's roll to see if it is in fact a imp, and it's not. It's going to be a revenant. If I have one to put out, I do have one to put out. So I'll put this revenant right here. And then the trite, let's see. It will not be a trite. It'll be a cherub. Let me show you one of these things here. We're gonna almost, come on. Come on. Come on, little fella. There we go. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Look at that little weird moth baby thing. That's very disturbing. Oh crap. Cameron did it again. Is that what made it go choppy last time? Let's see. No? Okay. Alright. Every once in a while my display goes into rest mode, and hopefully it doesn't affect what's happening with you guys too much. Okay, so this guy goes out. Let's put him right here, I guess. And cherubs, they've got like this flying ability. What have they got? They got two weird abilities. One is flying. May move through enemies and blocking obstacles, but must end move in an empty space. May move through or end their movement on damaging obstacles without effect. So that's cool. And then he also has agile, this ability right here. Always dodge any attack directed against them, forcing the reroll of some or all of the dice. The second result must be accepted. So I'll have to remember that with that guy. So they've been spawned now, and I am going to play charge right now. Yeah, I can only play one spawn card per turn, so I can't spawn any more enemies, but I'm going to place charge on one of these guys over here. Let's see here. I think I will... The zombie can move, what, 3 spaces? What if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, I think that these guys are kind of going to be stuck here for a little bit dealing with this stuff. They're not going to want to charge in around these guys. So I think it's worth speeding up my zombie, just getting running down the hallway. Because he can do, I think, he has a little more damage potential than the Revenant here. So yeah, I'll charge him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hopefully next chance he'll get to go in there and... the Revenant is going to move. His normal move is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now... How much can that cherub move? He can move 6 spaces. So let's go 1, and this is, he can go right over this obstacle. 2, 3, 4. And he'll go ahead and attack from right there. Oh, dang. He's got not such a bad attack. I mean, the green die, you know, each of these dice is different. They have different damage potential, different range potential. So the green die is not that great. It's good for range. The red die and the blue die, these are the ones that you want to watch out for. These have the highest damage potential. Yellow is good for range and for some damage. It also has the potential to give you an X on it, which not all the dice have. Only, I think, the red and the yellow have an X on them. So you're usually just going to see one or the other. I don't think you ever see them both. Oh, no, you do. Yeah, there are some that use both of those dice. Anyway, so Cherub is attacking. Oh, I got the wrong dice, though. He uses Christmas dice. All right. Oh, miss. Oh, well, Cherub. That was a nice try. Now the Revenant, he's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to attack Ran. Let's see here. Revenant gets Christmas dice and a yellow. So yeah, this is an example. This guy has some nice potential, but oh, hang on a second. He's got this. What is this ability again? Seeking. Seeking. Attacks do not need line of sight to the target square. Max range is 8 spaces. These attacks still cannot pass through a closed door or wall, but can pass through blocking obstacles. I gotta remember that. I didn't even need to move him. He was right here, right? So from right there, I can get him with a range of 2. That's kind of nuts. Well, let's give that a try, just for the gimmick of it. Oh, he missed. All right. So he's got like seeking rockets, but they're I don't know. They're not very reliable. Okay. So now let's have this guy. Oops. Let's have this demon dog go. And he's got to move in a 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And actually, I'm going to have him go one more 4. That'll just make it a little harder for Vincent to move without triggering his watchful ability. Because any of these spaces he moves into, he's going to trigger it. He's going to have to actually take a step back if he does not want to trigger that ability. So let's... yeah, so the demon dog is going to attack, and he gets a red and 2 blue. Oh, he missed! My gosh. Okay. Lots of missing going on. I'm not used to seeing this many miss dice in this game. So that's it for him, and now the maggot. The maggot can move 5 spaces. He's going to go for Ran, I'm pretty sure. He's got some abilities I need to refresh my memory on. He's got Watchful, I know that. He's got Deadly, which basically just adds a hit. After rolling for the attack, add +1 to the damage for each deadly icon. He has 1 deadly icon, so he just an extra hit, an extra bullet, basically. And then he's got double... Oh my gosh! Double attack! The figure may attack twice! Oh, that is nasty. That is nasty. Okay, so he's going to be nasty in this direction. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think he can just maybe stay right there. Yeah, and he'll attack from there. And he's a melee attacker only. Some of these like the zombies, some of them it doesn't matter what range you roll because they're just they can only attack adjacently to you. They don't need to get the range to do that. They just have to be next to you. So he is going to make his attack, and he gets a red and a blue. Oh, miss! My gosh! And he's going to attack again. Still Ran. Okay, here we go. So that's 3 hits, +1 is 4. Ran has 2 armor, so he loses 2 health. Okay. Now the zombie commando. It's going to go 1, 2... How many spaces can he move? 3. Just 3, so he's good there. Actually, you know what? No, that's good. We'll keep him there. Zombie, likewise, just 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's guard that health potion. You got to earn that if you want it. Okay, I can move this camera a little bit, center it just a little bit more on the action. Let's see here. Well, let's still keep my die rolls visible. Okay, so I think that's it for the invader player. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to these guys. I did drop 2 cards, right? I think one of them was a spawning card, right? Okay. Yeah. Ran is going to go. He's in a bit of a pickle over there, surrounded by a cherub, and he's got the cherub back here. He's got I keep wanting to call this thing a liquor, but he's got the maggot right here, which has Watchful, and the demon dog here, which has Watchful. So he needs to stay put. I think right now is the time maybe to do, what do you call it, assault, advance, what the crap is it called? 2 attacks, whatever that is. I think that's what he should do. Yeah, 2 attacks. And I'm thinking the biggest threat right now, well, I don't know, that cherub, yeah, that cherub's, I don't think I need to worry about it too much. I think I need to deal with this maggot. So he's going to attack twice, and it's going to be the maggot probably both times. But let's just do 1 attack at a time. He's got the machine gun again, which is going to be yellow, blue, green. Oh, not bad. So that's 5, and the maggot has 2 armor, so that's going to do 2 damage, which is going to take him out. Very nice. And that's 2 kill points for Ran. Yeah, I'm happy to see that guy go. And he still has another attack here. Well, let's get that other demon. These dog things really make it difficult to kind of move around and have some options tactically. So he'll just use the machine gun again. He's going to get the range automatically because the machine gun comes with 2 automatic range. And look at that. 5. So that's going to be... crap. Still just 1 damage, but thankfully he's already taken 1 hit. And so the demon dog is gone. And that is another 2 kill points for Ran. My gosh. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel the same. I feel like Ran's the man in that trilogy. And you can even see him being the man to some degree in the first one, which is free, by the way, the Legacy Edition of Spirit Blade, which is a pretty self-contained story. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger or anything like that. You can download that for free at spiritblade.com, Spirit Blade Legacy Edition. But especially once you get into like the second one and then the third one, Ran's the man in the third one. Holy crap. And Vincent a little bit less so in that third one. But, well, no, Vincent does some crazy stuff too in that. Anyway, don't need to get off on that. You can go to spiritblade.com, listen to some trailers, check some stuff out if you're interested in more on that. But Vincent's not living up to anything remotely like that big first scene of his in A World of Shadows, where he just goes to town on the bad guys. We got to up your game here, Vincent. So Vincent's turn. Ran's done now. And unload, that's what it's called when you attack twice in this game. Unload, right? Okay, so, gosh, he's right there. That armor token's right there. I'm tempted to have him pick it up and just be even cooler, but no, I want to save that for Ran if I can. So let's have him. How are we doing on ammo? Both these guys are doing fairly good on ammo. Vincent needs that health potion, so let's make our way there. We can't get there in one move, but we're gonna have to kill that zombie probably. Yeah, let's just head that way and then we'll attack something. So he's gonna advance, and I think does he still get to attack twice even when he advances? I think he does. He sure does. Yeah, nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to use the shotgun, which doesn't have great range. Let's take out this Revenant first, since it's going to be an easier task with him being right there. So the shotgun gets... Oh, I've been forgetting about the shotgun's special ability, which I have to decide on anyway. Is it going to be... This is one of the guns that changed from the original game to the expansion. You can either have it do knockback or blow through. Blow through has the potential to damage more than just the space that you're targeting. You can have damage that continues on through. Or knockback, I think if you do any damage on knockback, you actually send them flying backward. And you need to choose one or the other. You can't just alternate between the two. So I'm thinking maybe knockback. That's a little... Well, let's see here. See, blow through. Maybe I'll do blow through. Well, no, I think knockback is a little more cinematic. That's what you expect, right? You expect, and there are other weapons that have blow through, so I think I'll do knockback on the shotgun for this playthrough. After inflicting at least 1 damage and after applying any wounds, so not just a hit, you got to actually take some health away from them. The attacker may immediately move each affected target figure up to 3 empty spaces. The spaces may contain damaging obstacles or other non-blocking tokens. The movement is not blocked by intervening figures or obstacles, but it cannot be moved through a closed door or wall. The movement is not blocked by, but it cannot be moved through. So it just so as long as it ends on a clear space, then it's good. Is that what I'm seeing here? Inflicting at least one damage after playing any moves. Attacker may be spaces may contain damaging obstacles or other non-blocking tokens. The movement is not blocked by intervening figures or obstacles, but it cannot be moved through a closed door or wall. Huh. That wording is a little bit confusing. I'm going to assume that it cannot move, say, through this blocking terrain here. But, okay, anyway. So, he's going to attack the Revenant here. Let me straighten out this wall or obstacle, whatever it is. Oh, nice. Okay. So that's 6 hits. He does have to give up an ammo token. It's not that big of a deal. And 6 hits on the Revenant is going to take him out. Nice. And that's 1 kill point for Vincent. I'm imagining these guys kind of keeping an actual tally of their kills and kind of competing with each other a little bit. Rand's putting Vincent to shame right now. Okay, so let's see here. Then he's also going to take a shot at this zombie, because that zombie just has some damage potential that I do not like. Does he have any I don't think he has enough movement left. Range of 3. He might not get the range on this. Yeah, well, he missed anyway. Now I gotta roll again. Dang it, he keeps rolling these misses. He did not break his shotgun, so I'm grateful for that. Jeez Louise. Okay, so that's Vincent's turn. And now we're on to the Invader turn. Draw 2 cards. What have we got now? Sealed in. Play immediately after a Marine moves into a space. Close 1 door of your choice. That door cannot be opened again until the start of your next turn. I remember keeping this one in and thinking that I could still play it, and it would work in a solo game. I'm actually going to just call this a free discard. Maybe that would be a way to self-balance the game, is keep all those cards in, but then when I get a card like that, that's more of a non-solo-y kind of card, I just discard it and draw another card. And that causes me to cycle through my deck just a little bit faster and earning more frags a little more quickly. So I'll have to consider that. I don't know, the jury's still way out. I have no sense of, like... There's been no frags scored at this point, and I'm probably about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way, well, 1/3 of the way through this quest. And so, yeah, I got this instead. This is, what's it called? It's called an Arch Vial, and these things are bad. They are kind of like mini boss type of territory. Now the other card that I drew is Shaky Footing. Play at the start of your turn. Marines move 2 fewer spaces than normal until the start of your next turn. Have I been remembering? I think I have. Well, I haven't been remembering. The whole thing about it was dark during the Marine players' turns, and they were not supposed to be able to draw a line of sight further than 4 spaces away. I don't think they were doing that anyway. I think that's actually pretty atypical, because usually players like to be close enough that they don't have to risk missing the range too much. So I will put this here. I will play this card right now, and I'll try to put it over by my Marines to remember that they have Shaky Footing until the beginning of my next turn. And yeah, let's spawn this Arch Vial. And where can I put him? It's not dark anymore, so he has to be put out of line of sight, but that's not too hard in a room like this. I think I will stick him right here. And he's a nasty little guy. He's got 3 armor and 2 body points. And yeah, so he's not really easy to kill. So now I've got all my monsters out. Now I can decide what I'm going to do with them. Let's see. How about... Well, let's get this zombie going here, right? 1, 2... Does he just get 3? 3. Hey, that's close enough to Ran. And he gets these to attack with. And that's 3. That's going to do 1 damage to Ran. But now this armor token is much more accessible to Ran, so I'm going to have to get that as soon as I can. So that's good for him. The Cherub is going to attack, and he gets, what, a red and a green, I think. Yeah! I think he missed last time, too, didn't he? Excuse me. Where's my water? My gosh. Time flies when you're having fun. In just a little over an hour, I'll have to be wrapping up so I can go have lunch with my wife for our weekly lunch. All right, this Revenant, right? He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's got a range of 2, and he doesn't have to have line of sight, because normally this zombie would be blocking his line of sight just a little bit. But he didn't have to worry about that. That's cool. So he's got a red, yellow, and green. Okay, so he's got the range, and he's, let's see, 3. So that's going to do 1 damage to Ran. That's it for him. And now we're going to see what Vincent is going to have to deal with. The Zombie Commando. Let's do him first. Such a weird concept. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and he's got a red and 2 green to attack with. Going to unload on this guy, and he gets an automatic damage too, an automatic hit. So that's a total of 5 hits coming at Vincent. But man, with that armor of 3, that really goes a long way. That really is a game changer to have just that 3rd bit of armor, because that 5 hits and he only does 1 damage. Doesn't quite make it up to that 2nd point of damage. It's really cool to have that armor. That's just his base, because he's got tough. That's really cool. All right. But he is lower on health right now than Ran. So let's do the other zombie now. 1, 2. Wait a minute. I want to be out of his way. So let's do 1, 2. And he can attack from there. Okay, I almost saw like a miss result there for a second. I thought it was going to happen. Another time where he got 5 here, and he still only does 1 point of damage. We are getting close to a frag, though. Vincent only has 3 health left, whereas Ran has 5. And now, yeah, that Archvile is going to move in. I don't think I gave you a good close look at this fellow. Come on now. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. You did it. Good job. Look at this guy. What is that? He's got like bulging like cysts or something on his wrists. What is happening? That is disgusting. And I can understand why he'd be angry if you got this kind of situation going on. Yikes. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening.